Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to WNF Online Edition, episode number 24. I am Noga Remy. I am joined tonight with Mr.
Stupendous. What is up, everyone? Hey, how's everyone doing today? We are playing Top 8 today. We are now doing a new format where we'll play on Tuesdays, and then when they make it onto Top 8, they play today on Wednesday. Let's take a quick look at Metro Reno, though. I want to see what's going on over there. Take a look at that. Guys, this is episode 24. We're currently, the prize pool is at $28.50. So if you guys could, we can...
Whoops, my bad. That was Guilty Gear. That was Guilty Gear. This is Street Fighter. There we go. All right, yeah, $28.50. Okay, wow, it's the same? Okay.
Yeah, matching.
Oh, wow, what a coincidence. Anyways, so sign into your Twitch account, your Bound account, your Google, Line, Facebook, you get so many signing options, right? And then once you logged in, there is a code that you can put in. What is that code? I'm trying to find it right here. It is WNF2021_24SFV. Automatically puts in a 50-cent donation into the pot. So it's a free 50 cent, nothing on your part. All you gotta do is log in and enter in that coupon code and hit submit. What this does is it adds to the pot, and top three of the pot pays out to the top 3 winners of tonight's Wednesday Night Fight.
Yeah, absolutely. You can also hit up the sponsor quest on the side. Make sure that you get those, add some extra free money into the pot. Give the players what they deserve.
And those players are today looking at top 8. Oh my God, this winner side is pretty sick. The top winners right now are all in the Intel regional closed regionals of West Coast. We got Chris 68, Nephew, Samurai, and Matoha. He made it into the 4th round. Congratulations. And on the bottom side, we have Rakoha, Mad King. Rodney is carried. I haven't seen that name, so I'm not too familiar with who that is. I'm pretty excited to see new players in top 8. And Luigi. And Luigi also made it into the Intel Closed Regionals on the last one as well.
Yeah, so you can really see that these players are grinding it out. They really want to make sure they are at the top of their game going into that Intel World Open, or the closed parts of it. So that's going to be super awesome to see how close these matches get down to, because none of those players are going to go quietly into the night, whether it is, Nephew, Chris CCH, Matoha, Samurai. All 4 of those are deadly people that you never want to run into, and so they're all fighting up against each other. It's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be super excited. I'm also curious to see how some of this losers bracket is going to play out. Of course, we know Luigi, but Rodney has carried, Mad King, Rakoha, some lesser known names that are definitely coming through and reffing. So it's going to be interesting to see how, who comes out of that as well.
So I'm really excited for what's one player here. Now all this top 8 is strong, right? But I'm really excited to see Rakoha, because I have this story, right? When I started trying to compete Street Fighter seriously, right? It was a long time ago when I was just a casual, and I would go to this thing called Tuesday Night Fights. I think it was called Tuesday Night Fights or something like that. It's at a college called UCI. They would play at these random locations, and this time it was at a bar. It was like a pub inside their location. And I met this guy named Rakoha, and he played Ryu, or was it Sagat? I forgot who. I think it was Ryu. And he played so solid, right? And I was just a casual. I was just like I didn't know how to play really. I was like, I'm really good online, but you never fight real people until you really fight real people, right? And he just dominated me. I was like, man, this guy is so solid, right? And even till this day, he's still playing. I'm just like, man, this guy's committed. And Ryu got severely buffed this patch. So, and I know he uses Ryu. So that's why I'm really excited to see him out of all people. And we know all the top 4 winners are already in, Intel Closed Regionals, and they're really, really strong. But I'm really excited to see Rakoha play.
Yeah, I mean, there's always something going back to the first people that you fight, and that kind of initial awe and inspiring when you see them fight, and you're like, oh, I hope to get there one day. I hope to be like them, because they just played so solid. They were so clean in how they executed everything, and definitely be something to strive for, and something that you're always coming back to. I know some of my early mentors, when I was watching them and stuff like that, it was always a pleasure to see them play and see how they are still performing at that high level, despite the fact that they don't know the game as well. They just are constantly coming in and bopping the kids, bopping just with pure fundamentals.
Hey, let me ask you guys. Oh, well, first of all, did any of you guys get a chance to enter the Intel World Tournaments, the qualifiers?
I entered 4 of them, and I lost 4 of them.
I didn't enter at all.
Okay, so did you get close, or what was? Tell us a little bit about your experience, dude.
I joined the first one to see how it was like. After each one, less and less people joined, but I still wanted to keep trying, you know what I mean? Because like, why not, right? I would say the seating is random, which makes it extra exciting and extra scary at the same time. I would say I gave myself the excuse saying like, you know what? I lost this time because I had a bad pull. I lost this time because I had a bad pull. But then in the end, right? If you get unlucky 4 times, is it really the pool's fault?
Yeah.
So in the end, I was just not good enough to make it out. But in the end, I kind of had fun, and at the same time, it was kind of frustrating because, it's online, but you can't always blame online. You just gotta blame yourself sometimes. At the same time, you gotta play a lot of people because like it was like a Street Fighter tournament of 300 people online. Regardless, 300 is a lot. And then the second time was like 200, and it became like 100 and something. It was still kind of fun because you get to run into people that you normally don't see on a tournament. Like Wednesday Night Fights is every week, but not everyone joins every week, right? But when you see 300 people join, anything can happen. Anyone can lose, and some people you expect to win don't win, and some people you never expect to win might win. So I think it's kind of an interesting experience. I would do it again and again.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man. Yeah, it's also like multiple days of the week, right? They were kind of back to back.
There was each region played on like a separate day, and since there were like 4 for multiple regions, and like some regions, it's just like non-stop Street Fighter action back to back. And I think like there was a CPT thrown there somewhere, so it was like non-stop Street Fighter 5 content for like a month straight. I couldn't handle it. It was almost too much Street Fighter for me.
Yeah. I've unfortunately started to go back into work, so I couldn't like slip away to like go play matches or anything like that. So I had to watch from the sidelines, catch some people, their VODs and stuff going back through. But it was a super interesting event, and always when you're having those larger events, you're getting some of the no-name killers. It always reminds me of when regionals or majors were a thing, and you're getting people who are playing the big names in pools, and they are just knocking, they're just losing to some nobody, right? And that all of a sudden is their way to the big stage and stuff like that. So that's always super interesting to find the people that are going to get those, little bit of moments, to shine.
All right, so here we go on with top 8. We have first match is Chris CCH versus Nephew. Oh my God, it's gonna be so good. I see Nephew with the Rashid as his main character. Has he been playing Rashid? What's going on?
Oh, well, I know a few months back he was playing soccer a bit more. I'm not sure, if he's hopped into Rashid at all, or if he's just trying to psych everybody out. It's always one of those things where the way that you can subvert your opponent's expectations, it can always give you that extra little bit of edge.
We know he mains Colleen, and I don't know who Colleen actually loses to, but it's always great to have a secondary. Okay, this is Colleen right there. It's always great to have a secondary because like if you're stuck with someone like Zangief, and you don't have a secondary, you're going to be in a really, really rough spot.
Yeah. But we're going in. Nephew's already starting off a little bit strong here, pushing Chris CCH into the corner with just a few sequences, but not racking up a lot of damage yet.
Oh, man. Nice counter hit. Got Chris CCH in the corner. And the funny thing is, right, both these characters, especially Sakura, excel really well when their opponents are in the corner. And Colleen has that escape plan so that if Colleen ever needs to get out of the corner, she can with a reversal. It is punishable, but still.
Yeah, I mean, even if your opponent's looking for that V reversal, it might give you the opportunity to jump and ice step away in the air with a double jump. But here we go, the big confirm from Nephew, going to take it all the way to the corner. It's just enough to kill. Looking so clean here.
That was a really great counter hit confirm into a conversion, into the combo ender. Like a lot of characters, they don't have the opportunity to be like, if you're like kind of like in the not ultimate close, but like really kind of close enough where you can do like a light into a medium counter confirm, converts into like a corner carry kill combo. It's great to have even have the tool to do that. I wish Zangief had that.
Man, this round has been a lot more back and forth, slightly in Chris CCH's favor, who's been working this fireball game a little bit more. But now in the corner, here's the V-trigger activation, getting the party started. But Chris wants none of it, out of the corner with just one EX Tatsu.
Ooh, great whiff punish there.
All right, now we're right back in the corner. The short dashes to keep that V-trigger on lock. And now it's Nephew's turn to kind of play this game, trying to get these dash-up mix-ups going. Rough trade, but the activation here for Chris CCH just needs that one little pixel. And there it is.
It is so nerve-wracking when they're both standing next to each other and they're just crouching because one button can kill. one button. You just sit there and stand there like.
You're like, I don't want to be the one to win.
Already in the corner here. Oh, that fierce.
The way that Nephew kind of just stands around in the corner, not getting super close, right? Just standing back, waiting for you to kind of try to push or walk forward and walk into one of these big buttons.
Standing in a great spot where like he's not too close where they can kind of jump over you and escape, where he's standing kind of like near the, I would say underneath the clock, so that anything they do, he can whiff punish or anti-air.
Yeah, absolutely. They got backed up a little bit here. Now Chris CCH with the activation, getting the party started for himself, and now we're in the other corner.
Oh man, Nephew escaped the corner once again.
Yeah, he had a great little jab check at the beginning of that backed up Chris CCH, gave him the activation. Oh, and the big parry too. Here we go. And he got the mix up. That's death right there.
Okay, I got hit by that ice. I got hit by that ice. I did not block that ice for sure. I think I don't know how I got hit, but I think everyone got hit there.
I for sure didn't know what side to block on, and that's what makes Colleen a little bit dirty in these situations, like being able to call that hail as almost like an assist and then do whatever she needs to afterwards.
Ooh, now we know Chris has multiple characters. He can play Sakura, he can play Seth, and I know he can play other characters, but mostly I've seen him play these two. But I think he's feeling really comfortable with Sakura right now, even though I would say that he kind of would you say that was dominating? That wasn't dominating.
I mean, it was definitely back and forth towards that third round. It got more dominant for Nephew, but this is definitely a give and take kind of match. And look at how Chris is now controlling the space, but got 2 ham on the fireballs.
We see Chris now is shooting a lot more fireballs than normal. I would say Sakura's fireballs aren't exactly the best in the game, but interesting choice that Chris started doing.
Yeah, I mean, compared to other fireballs, their pacing is a bit slower, so they're a little bit weird when you're expecting something like a Ryu fireball. But I'm sure Nephew's not thrown too off guard, and here we go, sweep into activation, the big bust out, and we are flying right now.
Both of them with V-Trigger active, and both of them, I feel like they can both die to one combo. I think they can.
I think Nephew needs to build a bar first in order to kill, but it's definitely getting close for both of them here. Chris is going to spend both of his V-Trigger fireballs. Now it's going to be a lot closer.
It's so scary. Look at that. Wow, they're just walking up to each other, and they're just crouching. They walk up and they just crouch. Because if they make a wrong move, then that happens.
All right, but look at this here. I mean, there was an excellent hit confirmed from Nephew, but both out of V-Trigger now. And Chris
what did he throw? It's not so far.
And now just 15 seconds left on this clock. Chris doesn't have to do much here, but toss that fireball.
That fireball. It
I can't believe he did it, right? In 10 seconds? One big jump and was going to be it, right?
Ooh, nice jab. Already in the corner, off of 2 jabs in the mid-screen.
Just keeping this pressure going. Not, again, very much right under that that clock, as you pointed out, but Chris found the jump out, but didn't get the landing that he wanted, got punished. And now Nephew sitting at a much larger life lead. Here's the activation.
Oh, what? That was... Whoa, a fireball into a fierce into a corner carry? That's a great... I like that combo. Give me that combo.
Yo, give Zangief that combo.
Oh, okay, so this... I would say this was... whatever Chris did... That was different than the first game. 2 more fireballs. I like it. I like it a lot.
I mean, you definitely know that Colleen has issues with fireballs. Doesn't have a lot of anti-fireball options without V-Trigger or meter. So it's going to be really up to having that read with a jump or being able to poke out in neutral to catch the startup.
Funny thing with Sakura is her fireball is not exactly good, but it's not exactly easy to punish either because she kind of... She's like... You ever try to jump at Sakura, she's a fireball? She always anti-airs you somehow, and I'm not sure why.
Like that crouch fear is always coming out to save the day. It has such a good startup and hitbox interaction to it to really benefit Sakura here. And you can even see Chris trying to read some jumps here. Heights has thrown so many that he's tossing up fireballs, but Nephew is just keeping this ground game going.
Oh, this might hurt.
That's a big one. Now, he's still alive, but it's definitely a one more situation kind of game. And Nephew actually deciding to back up, let Chrissy CH overextend and caught the jump, found the low poke afterwards, and that's going to put Nephew on match point now. Or just, yeah. 2 out of 3.
So the interesting thing here was that after all those fireballs, Nephew crushed them, blocked the DP, and just killed them after like all those fireballs.
That's all it takes. You whittle down so much life with fireballs, and that's all it takes, right? 2 big combos.
Oh, here we go again. Here we go again.
Back in the mix, toss one time. I think one of the only times Nephew has thrown so far. Dude, that shimmy was so good.
No!
Oh, not again! Oh no. You never want to see that.
Those are 2 really good shimmies, but I mean, so the worst part is sometimes you tell yourself, take the throw, you tell yourself. And then what ends up happening is when they walk up to your face, your body automatically presses those buttons, and you like slap your hand. You're like, why did I press that button? Why?
Yeah.
And then he does it again, and you tell yourself, don't do it again. And
and then you press it again. It's the worst. It's like so like ingrained. Like, okay, he's gonna walk for it. He's gonna continue walking for it, right? And then it's just like, oh, took 2 steps back. Good luck.
But that was good play. That was good games. But yeah, power of the shimmy. This game, in Street Fighter 4, you couldn't really shimmy, right? You had crouch tech.
Oh, the crouch tech, yeah.
The crouch tech. So if you throw or a crouch light kick comes out, which is kind of funny. But in this game, the shimmy is so much stronger because you can't crouch tech. You have to throw.
And that throw animation feels so long every time you whiff it. And you're like, no, maybe they'll miss the punish this time. And then it's just, you're already getting hit.
All right, so up next, we got Matoha versus Samurai. Oh, Samurai with the Ryu or with the Akuma? Who does Ryu beat? Who does Barog beat? I feel like Barog does equal damage to both of them.
I mean, the hits hurt a lot more against Akuma for sure, but yes. Ryu just that fireball game, trying to zone out Rog anywhere in that mid screen can be difficult unless you're really paying attention to your spacing and you're baiting out other moves too, right? So you're throwing out some roundhouses sometimes to catch some of the sway throughs, right? Those can really come into your favor if you're able to get a few crush counters that way, but it can be such a difficult game, and Matoha definitely knows how to play and get around some of those fireballs, some of those trickier situations. He's been playing Boxer for so long and in so many of these fireball matchups, but it is going to be the Akuma for Samurai. He is going to come through here with the Satsui no Hado.
I like how they're both still wearing their Intel costumes.
Listen,
they
it's
never took it
ingrained.
off. They're still in Intel mode.
Yo, they're still grinding, right?
Oh, I'm surprised. Matoa picked V skill too, so like getting around fireballs, he will have to rely on tap if he's holding tap.
If he's holding tap, otherwise he's just going to be relying on that raw dash punch when he's able to get it charged up. It does add some very good damage to his dash punches, but just getting trapped in this corner right now by Samurai. And you can see giving up knockdown space just to get that V skill charged up. That's how important or critical it can be, you know, allowing Matoha to dash punch without having to charge, to give him that plus on block as well, dash punch to get the mix going. But Samurai has just not been putting himself in risky situations here.
Stuck in the corner, Matoa having a really hard time getting out. Now, the one problem that Barog has, right, that makes it really hard for him to get out of the corner is because he has no cross up. So if he ever tries to jump over you and you don't anti-air, he doesn't get anything, honestly. He just gets checked on the ground after he lands.
I mean, sometimes it's worth it just to not be in the corner, but Samurai just never overextended in his approach there to give Matoha the chance to get out of the corner.
These footsies. Now, Samurai's sitting on full meter here. I would like to see how he actually uses it. Or maybe he doesn't actually need to use it. Oh, that's a punish.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty good one, right? Miss space dash punch. You know, they got better in Season 5, and then they took them away a little bit in 5.5, you know, making medium and heavy stay a little bit closer, but that EX is still duffing just as hard.
Ooh, big damage for Akuma.
Activation, here we go. We could see a demon setup. It's not quite going to kill. After that back throw, it might.
Oh, that was So scary.
Oh, he didn't get like the full like punish on the whip throw, but he definitely scared the living hell out of Matoha.
You know, once I saw the whiff throw, I was like, oh, he's dead. And then I saw nothing happen, and then I saw him dash in Raging Demon, and I was like, okay, he's dead. Like, he had his chance.
You had your chance to escape. You could have jumped. It was too late. Could have checked the dash. But yeah, that's going to put Samurai up 1. And it wasn't entirely like the runaway game with Samurai, but it never felt bad for him either. And I think that's something that Samurai overall just does such a good job with.
Oh, those dash punches. I'm not sure why they nerfed the medium heavy punches. There's your tap. There's your fireball. Who needs V skill 1 when you got that?
It wasn't final though, but look at this damage. It's stacking up again and again. Samurai has one more guess to make. He got out just a little bit. Matoha didn't get the meaty, and now it's Samurai's turn to play. Nice tech, getting some distance in this corner. The V reversal doing the same thing, but tried to anti-air. Now getting clipped up. That's the last of the V trick gone through Samurai. Oh my goodness.
He was working his way to a comeback, and then out of nowhere he just gets punched.
Hey man, sometimes you just take it to the jaw and then you get knocked out cold. All right, Samurai looking much more. Go ahead.
The funny thing about a lot of these characters that are really strong, right, is that they have a low confirm. Like, it kind of forces you to kind of like either guess throw or walk back and get clipped by a low, right? And then the low usually leads to like a conversion that leads you into a corner carry. The funny thing about Balrog is that he has none of that. He has long punches and long punches. That's it. That's all he has.
Oh, sometimes you can surprise with an EX low rush.
Oh, you're right. You're right. He does have a low rush. You're right.
Doesn't lead to much, but you can get a little bit of a surprise. It's safe on block and it can activate the plus, so it can lead to a good situation for him. But it's really do or die time now for Mato. Right, match point for Samurai.
Ooh,
dude,
the
that's
side switch.
The spacing as well to hit it. So, the Kuma does have to spin that meter now. But look at this, Matoha trying to feel the rhythm of how Samurai is approaching, but just not able to get it consistent.
Oh, these confirms. Oh my God! Please no more.
Oh, that's the stun. Oh, is this gonna be enough? Oh, it's plenty.
There we go.
You see the 12 hit counter, and you're like, oh, maybe he'll still be alive for this stun combo, and then you look and it's a Kuma.
Nope. Well, Samurai takes it, so he gets to fight against Nephew in a winner's final, and Matoha goes into the lower bracket where he will face off against the winner of our next match, Rakoha versus Mad Kingdom. Super hyped to see how Rakoha does. But please don't lose, Rakoha. I want to see you play more games.
Yeah, absolutely. The alternative winners bracket down there. We got to see who's gonna come out down there. So it should be good. I'm trying to remember who Mad King plays. Is he?
I think he plays Abigail. I think, but I know there's two Mad Kings.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe I'm getting confused because I thought one played G.
Well, we'll find out very soon who he plays. But I think this might be the Abigail player. But regardless, I would rather see. I like seeing Abigail because he looks so goofy and he does so much damage, and it looks like he doesn't deserve that damage, but he does. Mm-hmm. But when I see G, I was like, he doesn't deserve this damage. It doesn't look like he has to work hard for this, and he has a fireball.
Yeah, absolutely. It sometimes fighting against G, you're like, man, I can't believe, right? It's dealing with stand medium kick and stand fierce. You're like, man, some of this feels a little messed up.
It does. Okay, so, all right, I see a Honda and a Ryu. So I'm guessing the Ryu is going to be Rakoha, and the Honda might be. Oh, I need to move down. I'm guessing the Honda might be the Honda. So
the Honda might be the Honda.
Neither G or Abigail.
Built Honda tough. Yeah, we'll have to see. Hopefully, we can get into it. Should be a pretty interesting match. I mean, Ryu does pretty good against Honda. Against G, I think Ryu does a little bit worse. It goes more even. Definitely has the capabilities for either. I feel like Ryu's, this season is much more well-rounded in his, ability to play the game and to get around the game, especially with the increased damage output.
His V-trigger buff is quite strong. I've never seen Ryu shoot a laser before. He shoots a laser out of nowhere. It does so much stun.
Dude, it does so much stun. It does so much damage.
Have you not played a Marvel game?
That's not a laser. That's like a Kamehameha.
It's a laser.
That's like an energy beam. I guess it's like a very big laser. Then you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So it's
definitely. Oh, wow, it is a Honda. Oh my God.
It is the Honda SD Chris. Yeah, that's who I remember SD Chris playing. I just never associated them with Mad King.
Dude, I want to see Ryu parry the 100 hands. Is that possible? Just parry them all.
I mean, you can definitely parry them. It's just a question of whether it's the light, medium, or heavy, right?
Look at this solid fundamental, solid neutral heavy gameplay here by Ryu.
Yeah, I mean, just fireballs, jumping the headbutts as well, and now look at this for Gohan getting the corner situation going, staying away from these headbutts. Doesn't want to be in a range to guess between like a button or a headbutt.
Now, if you ever want to learn Street Fighter, everyone watching, if you want to learn Street Fighter, right, not specifically Street Fighter 5, but Street Fighter in general, just pick Ryu, all right? And all you gotta do is just this. Just shoot fireballs all day, low, medium kick, fireball, low, medium kick, fireball, and if they jump at you, just DP them when they land at you. And that's all you gotta do. And there, you have learned Street Fighter. Easy.
Yeah. And you can see there actually is some specifics that are missing from like Rikoha's gameplay, right? Not getting a punish on the EX headbutt, which is like -20 or something, but doesn't even need it, right? Just keeping this fireball game consistent, or rather perfectly inconsistent, right? Where, Mad King's not able to find that rhythm, find the jumps.
Look at this. This gameplay is so simple. It's so simple. Fireball, low, medium kick, fireball. I like it. It's so good. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Ooh. I like what Mad King is doing here with the V shift and the claps.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the big things with Honda in this version of the game. Doesn't have a lot of ways to go through fireballs without spinning meters. So trying to use that V shift, trying to use these EX headbutts just to close that gap to get through. But Rikoha is just not giving an inch here in these situations. Still throwing out fireballs. Again, that perfectly inconsistent rhythm where Mad King is never able to find the opportunity to bust through with the EX headbutt or jump or anything, right? Can't even, not even clapping it.
So you got to ask yourself this question. After blocking how many fireballs would it be worth it to land one jump in?
Round one.
I mean, in this game, it's always worth it.
There it is. Oh,
right? But just at that range where Honda like gets no conversion off of it, it's Rikoha is just playing this matchup almost perfectly to just play grounded Ryu.
Oh, that was sick. That carried the little kick. Now I know Honda in Street Fighter 4 had the neutral jump hands that he can like move back and forth in air for some reason. He still has that in this game, right? Yeah, there it is. There he is. He's landing the fireball there.
But it comes back to, how Rikoha is switching up between strength of fireballs, whether it's the EX, when they're throwing it. It can definitely be really good. And that crosscut DP was also super sick. Look at this, just killing any chance for Mad King to close this gap.
These fireballs, these low mini kick fireballs, and then that DP. That's all you need, guys. If you want to make top 8 at Wednesday Night Fights, all you gotta do is join first of all. Please join, and then pick Ryu and just do this. And even you can hit top 8.
Even you. Oh, okay.
I make it sound so easy, but it's actually not that easy.
It sounds easy. It's not that easy. Yeah, there's the fighting games in general, right? Here we go. I mean, Mad King had a good start here, had Rikoha stuck in that corner, and it's just one jump out, one combo, and the Life Lead got tied up, keeping the corner situation with the V reversal as well. I mean, look at this.
Has Ryu activated V-trigger yet?
I don't think we've seen Rikoha activate. Oh, it's just been so much damage. Just needs one more touch, and there we go. Is it a buffer or confirm it was both? Got it working.
All right, well, good job, Rakoha. Mad King goes off at 7th place. Good, congratulations to him. Now we get to see, oh, this is gonna be good. Rakoha versus Matoha. So now we get to see. So Matoha just fought against Samurai Zakuma. Now he gets to fight against a Ryu. Now it's gonna be like more fireball characters. We'll see if he uses V skill 1 or if he likes to rely on tap to get on those fireballs. But Ryu's fireballs are much faster than Akuma's, much harder to deal with, and I think it does more damage.
Ryu's to do 60, but the knockdown on EX Fireball is also super good for Ryu. The donkey kick, just the damage. I feel like that's the largest thing. Ryu just does so much damage. He does like 4 moves to you, and you're missing half your life.
He does one V-trigger combo, and you're like half stunned. Half stunned.
Yo, half stunned. You're probably like 66% stun, right? 2/3 stun. Like,
That's true. That's true.
It's definitely like 600 or 700 stun for one combo.
Okay, up next we have Rodney is carried here. It looks like Rodney might be a Laura player, I see from this character profile, versus Luigi, which we know plays G or
Guile.
Or Guile.
Or I think he dabbled with Seth for a little bit, but I think he dropped it. Once Mario really had that, you saw Mario's Seth do a lot better, and then Luigi was like, okay, I guess I'll stick with Guile G. That's enough for me. I think it actually really covers all the matchups that he needs, really. You know, G to kind of go in a bit more, Guile to stand back. I mean, we saw it with Knuckle Dude, right? He would have the Mika for going in and the Guile for kind of staying back a little bit more and playing that, you know, those two different styles necessarily.
Mm-hmm. And he had a G as well. In fact, he has a Cammy. He has so many characters. Oh my God.
Knuckle Dude has anybody he wants, I feel. Such a seasoned competitor at this point, right? Has been playing for
And we know he streamed for a bit, but even before he streamed, right, he was able to play all these characters at like a high level. And I don't know who he trained with, because we know that some people they train together, right?
Yeah.
And then there's some people that stream and that's how they train. And there's some people that you don't know how they train. They're just good. And that's I'm just really impressed when stuff like that happens.
Yeah, but we are going to get the Guile from Luigi here. I've definitely seen, you know, Eli play this matchup against Luigi. I've seen Mira play this matchup against Luigi. It never looks fun for them trying to deal with Luigi's Guile.
That's a lot of booms. That's a lot of booms.
Dude, he barely stopped moving the entire time, and then you get close to him, EX Splash get back. Oh my goodness, look at this, back to it. You have to be a little bit more careful, you know. Rodney does have the V-trigger, but the perfectly spaced boom, recognize the spacing too, got the sweep.
No, I would never complain. I would always complain about this, right? The fact that Shooter 5 charging is not like real charging. It's like quick charging in this game. You don't even have to charge in this game to charge.
Listen, it's difficult. You know, there's not really charge partitioning in this game, so you kind of gotta hit your full charge cycle if you want to get the boom out.
But like, when you see a Guile jump in, and then the first move they do after jumping in is flash kick, there was no charge.
Listen, he needs it.
He doesn't need it.
He needs it. Oh, look at this. Luigi sitting on full meter, just waiting for the big spin, but Rodney getting the surprise elbow forward, getting the mix going now. Command grab one time.
Oh. Ooh. Oh, this might hurt.
That's good. Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, Rodney just expecting Luigi to push a button or do something after that V shift, but Luigi was like, nah, I'm good. I just wanted out of the mix for a second. I just wanted to chill.
Now, I do like V shift. I do like the fact that V shift has 2 options after you activate it. You can either like commit to the V shift break, which is almost always a good option, unless they have some way of countering that, which most players right now are not, or just, you know, V shift and block, which is also a safe option. They're technically both very safe. Just pressing a button after that is not safe.
You just listen. If you're Ryu, you just mash P. It's all good. Oh, the excellent spacing on the down 4 down. Talking about anti-airing. even when he's, you know, not just staying back with booms, he's walking forward, sweeping under lower fireballs, getting down forward roundhouses for anti-airs. Luigi's on the money.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I want to see these lower comebacks. Come on, show me these lower comebacks. That delay was perfect. That delay was perfect.
The delay was perfect. There just wasn't that belief, right? It was like, did you read correctly? Did you find out in your brain? Like sometimes you gotta not trust your brain to react. You just gotta be like, I'm going to hit this. He's gonna do this thing. And that was just not the belief that he got. I mean, you know, trying to make this work now, but Luigi's a tough wall to break.
So I feel like a lot of these players, it's not only that they believe, but some people react. And like, it's really hard to, but it is very possible that people reacting to whiff throws, people reacting to V-shifts, people reacting to just like a low sweep, and they're punishing that. Now, some people, they call it wish punishing, and some people, and like, it's really hard to determine if they're actually like really wish punishing. Oh, I have juggled. Oh no!
Yo, every single time like Luigi got knocked down in a scary situation, it was a V reversal or not a V reversal, V shift or an EX flash kick, and that was no different.
That's so many defensive options that, I mean, technically you are able to, any character can beat these options with the right guess. It just really sucks when you guess wrong and you're on the offense. And when you're on the offense and you guess wrong for being on the offense, it feels really bad.
It does feel bad, but it does feel good to be on defense and hit an EX flash kick.
Give everyone a DP. Give Zangief a DP.
Whoa, hold on.
Saying.
Let's not get crazy here.
I like it.
Hey, his DP before was green hand.
Yeah, when he had it. When he had it. Now he has nothing.
Last game.
Now he has nothing. He can't even command grab a throw.
No, ripped everything out of him.
Yeah.
Didn't. Listen, you can flex backdash, right?
Okay, so up next we have my match I'm looking forward to, more Rakoha matches.
Well, up next we have this match with Reno. We got to make sure that we shout that out.
Use
WNF 21_24 SFV to add 50 cents to the prize pool for free. You can also hit up any of those Match Reno sponsor quests on the side. Also add some money in for free. You want to make sure that you're doing this right. It's just going to give more money to these players with no extra cost to you, right? Just a little bit of time out of your day. So definitely make it worth it for these players to put on an awesome show.
Yeah, put some money into that pot so that Rakoha can fight for that pot. I'm gonna see him fight Rakoha. Keep winning. Show us your solid Ryu fundamentals that anyone can hit top 8 and possibly win Weds Night Fights with just low, medium kick, fireball, and DPs. That's all we need to know. Prove to us that this game is that simple.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, just because it's simple does not mean that it's easy, right? There's a lot going behind the scenes in Rakoha's mind about when he should throw the fireballs, when he should try to low forward, right? Just based on how his opponent is moving around, how they're reacting, just knowing some of the ranges where it's going to be safer for him to throw stuff out versus where it's not going to be able to. And that's the kind of stuff that takes years of experience to go through and figure out those kinds of thought processes of that risk reward analysis and stuff like that.
Now, what I like about Ryu in this game, right, and maybe not this version of Ryu, but Ryu in general, is that this game kind of teaches you that you don't have to worry about fundamentals sometimes. Some characters kind of avoid all that if they are just like strong enough where they just go in and go ham. But Ryu, right, he has to rely on fundamentals. Like, it's not just low, medium kick, fireball. It's not the fireball. It's when do you fireball? What's the right spacing to shoot fireball? And like, if you ever mess any of those up, it can really, really hurt for Ryu. Because they can just jump over you. They can just punish a fireball. But like, Rakoha here, I feel like he's really has a really strong sense of when to look at that sweep. Right? Yeah, these fireballs, that throw.
Space. But here we go. It's Matohan's turn, like duffing in the face here.
Oh, not like that. Oh no, punish!
No, he dropped it, but he ducked into the overhead. Oh, that one feels bad.
Well, yeah. One spaghetti after another.
Yo, that big EXDP was so funny. We're like talking about all this fundamentals and it just lets it rip. Which I think is also part of fundamentals, right? You have to know, like, okay, what am I gonna eat if I do this EXDP? What do I feel like they're gonna do, right? But Matoha is just going to town here. He count on to Rakoha's neutral jump timing and is able to get some good punishes here, but finding the V-trigger activation, the first one we've seen from Rakoha all night.
Okay, I think, is this the first time we've seen Rakoha activate V-trigger?
Yeah, didn't activate at all against Mad King.
Oh man, this is Super Saiyan form right now. Let's go activate that laser beam. We saw it once already. Let's see it twice.
And it's taken down. I think.
Oh no, it's gone.
Gonna play it pretty safe, yeah.
It's actually pretty impressive whenever I see someone sweep a dash punch.
Yeah, he swept dash punch. He swept the stand fears. Like Rakoha has just been doing so good, and yo, that back throw was so far, but he got nothing for it.
I hate to see it.
Oh, that felt so bad because that back throw was kind of wild. And like it was right on the edge of like, can Ryu back throw here? And then he did, and then it was just
and Ball just swung.
Yeah,
Ball just went in after. I don't care if he's back through me. I'm going in anyways. Like,
absolutely. Ryu's for whatever reason. I mean, it's like a classic Ryu, right? They back throw you, then they try to throw a fireball, and it's just like you can jump it, you can sway through it if you're boxer, and Matoha took full advantage of that, had the activation, and look at this, just pushing to the corner right now, not letting Rakoha get any of those neutral jumps. We saw against, Mad King, those neutral jumps working out against the headbutts, but Rakoha has such a strong option for it with the dash upper.
Ooh, I like that. I like to confirm. So I feel like everyone should have an OS against V-shift, right? If they try to throw, and if you try to throw and they V-shift it, everyone should probably have an OS. But I feel like not a few do it yet, where they realize like they should practice it.
Yeah, because it is going to be, you have plenty of times to recover and try to catch him down, but that's gonna kill.
All that work, all that fundamental.
Dude, I feel like Rakoha gets like 99% of the way there, and then Matoha finds a sway into activation, and that is lights out. Here, game slowing down just a little bit here, but still finding these opportunities to back up that extra little pixel spacing and get these whiff punishes. It's been so good for Rakoha here.
Sweeps, I really like these Ryu sweeps. Oh.
Yeah, there's also an interesting timing on the buttons that's working at that fireball. Is it enough? And now we see the activation. Is it gonna be enough? No, not enough, but you're in the corner. Oh, and you're guessing every single time. And look at these perfectly spaced dash punches now. You can see Rakoha trying to just get this pixel to not go out 2 straight games. Wants at least a round on the board.
This is so scary. This is so scary. Okay, there we go. Okay, there.
I was like, did he get it in time? It's plenty of time. Rakoha got around. Finally, it's not the clean sweep.
Nice punish.
And this can also be like the momentum shift that, Rakoha could need. You can see just how much more aggressive at round start, Rakoha's being.
Oh,
dude.
Oh my God.
Oh the my bar. The perfect. Yo, Rakoha.
Yo, Ryu doesn't shimmy. He hops when he shimmies.
Yo, that takes me all the way back to season 1 with Tokido. That's how he would do a lot of his shimmies, right? He would dash forward and then dash back on people's wake-ups, and people would take that bait for the throw.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. I like that. I like that sequence. I like everything about it. I like how you ended with EXDP, prove a point. And a perfect. Now, I think his power's unleashed. I want to see another one.
Yo, you're seeing it. Yo, he is not slowing down here. He does not want to give Matoha an inch. He's seen what Matoha does with an inch. You got to make sure Matoha's on that short leash. you can see Matoha, actually playing a little bit closer here than he was before. Like, not quite in dash punch range, but here we go. That tap, that's going to be the entryway for Matoha. Can he seal the deal here in this corner?
In the corner now.
Zone activation here. Matoha trying to go coast to coast. Matoha not backing down, still challenging with these fireballs in this neutral. We've seen Matoha sway through and get some good damage from this as well.
Okay, interesting DP. Interesting DP.
Sometimes you're feeling it, and just one more tug. Nice tech. Oh, every time it's the sway. He knows Lakoha loves throwing those like fireballs just to control that close space there. Called him out for it, and now we can see Matoha's momentum.
Wow, that raw sweep. That raw sweep meant he knew he was walking backwards. Raw sweeps.
Now you can see just full control here. Now, the bad buffer was just a little bit too slow on it. You got to be on the money with those light kick buffers. But here we go, getting out of the corner with the heavy Tatsu.
Oh dear.
Oh, this should be death. There we go.
The man said, "Oh dear."
He crouched fierce then when he was walking at. Why would you crouch fierce?
Hey man, don't think too hard. I feel like that was definitely like the instincts of like, I'm just gonna push this and see what happens.
I'm just gonna hit crouch fierce for no reason. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it worked. Like, damn, it worked.
Sometimes you got to make the game interesting, right? What happens? We're gonna push crouch fierce, but now we're gonna see, to me, what is the classic matchup, right? Chris CCH versus a Luigi DB here. Back in the day, 2018, 2019. You're watching the online local West Coast, and it is just Mario, Luigi, and Chris every single time. It was even before Luigi had their own account. I have to do my thing. It was before they had separate accounts. So sometimes, you would tune in and it would be Mario DB versus Chris CCH, and it's, Karen on the screen. Sometimes it's the Guile, and you know that it's Luigi coming through. And it was always so much fun to see just the rivalry that they had going back and forth over and over and over again through that tournament series. And I feel like it's just continued through every single one. I feel like they never want to lose to each other.
I agree. These two, I remember when I first started seeing like Luigi and Mario started joining Weds Night Fights. Like, who are these guys? They keep joining every week. That's kind of nice to see more people play, right? And out of nowhere, they start getting top 8, and then out of nowhere, they just start winning. I'm like, this came out of nowhere. Damn it.
Yeah.
All right. Let me play now. I gotta try now. And then I just lose to his G all the time. Like, dang it. I can't beat him.
That's always the worst. To feel like somebody comes through a bit later than you, and you're like, I have to show these kids, how to go through and play it. And they're like, oh man. They just surpass you, and you're like, I'll sit here, try to grind up. Right? They give you the drive to get better at the game again, right?
No, these kids are freaking grind monsters, dude. I love it. I fucking love it, dude. They do not stop, man. They're like sponging everything up, dude.
And they're so
good.
nice too,
it's
right?
So
you
good,
ask them
bro.
questions and stuff, and
Yeah.
they're always willing to help or run sets and stuff. Like, they're super chill and super nice.
Fight.
All right, here we go, getting into it. We got Luigi playing the Guile versus Chris CCH Sakura here, and we're going through a lot closer in this matchup than I would really expect for Luigi to try to play, right? We're just kind of chilling out here.
I like how this is like a very, very, very neutral heavy match, right? No one's really have been pushing the corner yet.
Yeah, as we the V-trigger activation.
Oh, here comes a. Ooh, never mind. You shimmy to get thrown into the corner.
How do you shimmy to get back throw? I mean, back throw does have a little bit extra range, so.
Wait, does it really?
Yes, most back throws in this game have like that extra like pixel of range versus their forward throw to compensate for you walking backwards, but it might not mean much here. But Chris did the one never jumped himself into a corner, but it doesn't matter. The EX Fireball is going to be able to seal the deal there.
Back throw has more range? I did not know that. I need to test this. I need to test this. Back throw has more range? Huh.
Yeah, it's to compensate for you, walking backwards, right?
You gonna tell a Geek player this, man? Oh man, you messed up.
Yo, I'm sorry. Man. Oh, whoops.
You gotta mash back throw and wake up all the time.
You gotta be careful. You still get shimmy.
I don't care if I get counter hit and wake up. I'm gonna mash back throw and wake up. Whoa.
Whoa.
So
No way,
flat
bro.
kick. It's like he knew. He knew he was gonna jump. I know you're gonna jump this. I've seen this before.
Yo, challenging after the round. But Luigi sitting on this full meter, not even gonna need it. Just the activation is plenty. Ties it up around a piece. Super important. You never want to go down that first game. It can be so difficult to make that comeback when your opponent has the momentum.
So the advantage of having such a fast walk speed, right, is that you can walk faster than they can back walk, and that you walk back so fast is that it's really hard for them to like tick throw you. If you're neutral, right, and they try to like tick throw you, it's almost impossible for them to tick throw you because you walk back so fast, and after block's done, you're just already out of range.
Yeah, and I feel like, Soccer's is definitely faster, but Guile in this game is still a speedy boy. He's all over the place, but Chris has just been challenging non-stop in these situations, and it's been working out really well for him, but Luigi's not out of it yet. He's trying to build up his super. Let's see if he's going to get it in time, but no! The EX Fireball's just going to clip through. Be plenty for Chris CCH to take game one. So again, we see, Chris CCH come down and just like start throwing more fireballs, right? Throwing some more light kicks and more fireballs, controlling that space a little bit better. And it works out for him, in some magical way. Him pushing more buttons doesn't get him counter hit, it doesn't lose him more health. It does a really good job of making sure that, he's checking his opponent, where you can see him, try to get the feel of, how his opponent is going to go. But as soon as he gets that rhythm, he's like, okay, if you're not going to push in these situations, if you're not going to show me that you're going to hit me out of these fireballs, I'm going to keep doing it.
Now, Luigi, one of the few players I know that if they were to like, if we were to lose the first match, they would actually take time and think about what happened. So I'm always curious to see it, because when I lose my first match, right, I like think for like 2 seconds. I'm like, all right, let's go back in.
Didn't do enough SPBs.
Overanalyze this. I got this, and I lose. But so I'm really curious what the adjustment Luigi is thinking about doing. Maybe it's pick another character, or maybe it's something completely different. We'll see.
Yeah, it really is the name of the game, right? It could be different V skill and V triggers. It could be a different character altogether. When you're playing at this point, right, it really just comes down to how you're feeling in the moment, necessarily more than the original plan that you went in with. So you can come in with a plan, but as you're playing and as you're adjusting, you can feel out and be like, okay, I need to switch to a different character. I need to switch V skills, right? This isn't working, but he's gonna rock it, right? The same V skill, same V trigger, same character. We're back in it. Just needed that extra time to think. And immediately jumps the fireball. He needs it.
Oh, come on.
Maybe he likes player 2 side. That's a thing in the arcade.
Right, because he's the brother, right? So Mario always sits on P1 side.
It's funny, right? Like in the old arcade days, probably even still now, right? But I haven't seen it in a long time. That sometimes like the joystick would be broken on one side, and you don't want to play on that one side because it's always the first side that everyone plays normally, right? So if it's broken, you never want to play on that side. And what's messed up? What's messed up is that's broken. So you always play on the right side. So when someone challenges you,
so
you already have the advantage.
So the rule was invented for 2 reasons. Number one was I can fireball and DP on one side, or if I'm a Zengi player, I play player one side, right? And then the second, or the obvious one that you mentioned, is if the controller is broken, so they flip for sides to not play on the shitty side. And if you went to the tournaments back then, it was smart for you to go way early in advance, and then and just know which one feels better for you.
The real strats. Now everybody just brings their own stick.
Yeah, no excuses now.
What do you mean, dude? Today's is lag.
There's lag. You're right. There is lag. This did so much stun. What?
Listen, all the Shodowns do a lot of stun.
Dude, that back throw was so far.
I'm telling you, bro, the extra range. Yo, I like this green toss, but he's still gonna get that flash kick out in time to anti-occur CCH now on match point for him.
Final round.
It's true. We don't blame the stick anymore. We just blame the game.
Yeah. Bro, your character's so cheap. Like, listen,
I know,
you got the same
right?
character
Why you
X
back throw so
screen.
far?
Yo, he woke up from getting knocked down, dashboard and push a button. Luigi didn't check him. That blew my mind. That's what happens when you play each other so much, right? You start developing like these senses of like how they're going to approach certain knockdowns and stuff like that. And sometimes you just got to use and abuse that sometimes, right? Only when it matters. You playing casuals, you're not doing any of it. Comes a tournament, you're like, all right, I know you're gonna sit there. I'm gonna dash up and hit you.
So what I do appreciate about Street Fighter, right, is that if you're able to get to the point where like you guys are checking each other whenever you guys do something, but when you guys are able to make an adjustment to a specific decision that the player made, and they are able to readjust to that, that is when I believe like true Street Fighter is when they're able to like, play that mind game. Because a lot of people, I feel like they don't. That's a good punish. I feel a lot of people, right, that play this game, they don't get to play that game where it's like a mind game, where I know that if I EX dash punch at you, that I'm gonna cancel and press a button afterwards. But then if you know I'm gonna do that and you press a button after I do that, and I know I got checked, like, oh my god, did he actually do that? Did he actually punish me the second time around? Did he really adapt that fast? All right, let me adapt. And next time you do that, you hit him with something else, and it punishes them because you saw them press it. And that's like, for me, that's like true Street Fighter. I don't know if Street Fighter is a word, but that's the game I want to play.
Yeah, that mind game. I know one of the largest things that I do is I play the mix up when you block my V reversal. So like if you block my V reversal, I play Ryu and I play Guile. I have a bar. You gotta guess if I'm gonna EX after. I'm not letting that slide, right? And if I see that you have that rhythm of like, oh, you're pushing a button after I do it 1 or 2 times, I'm like, I got you this time. And then they block anyway because they counter red me, and I'm like, oh.
Back to Matcherino here on episode 24. We are at $30. So if you guys can, please connect to your Matcherino account and put the code WNF2021_24 SFV to add 50 cents to the pot. We would really appreciate it. And you can do some of those sponsor quests to add a little bit more to that pot. Every little bit helps. I can't read that. Let me open up my Matcherino. I can't read that. Here we go. Thank you very much to... I need to log in as well. I can't see who contributed unless I sign in. Okay, 1 second.
Oh, so there's me at the top, and then I think it's Rodney. And those are the 2 people that put their own money in, and I think everybody else is the 50 cents for the Matcherino code, which thanks so much. There's some people on the leaderboard there. I think I see Chris CCH down there. I'm just trying to read off of the Zoom.
All right, well, hold on. Let me add $1 more so I can...
You can be on the leaderboard?
I could be on the leaderboard.
Yeah, why don't you also...
There we go. I am now 3rd place. What's up?
Yeah, why don't you also drop down?
Top that, guys. $1.50.
Top that. You're at the top of the lobby.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure there are still plenty of codes left. So if you guys can, drop it in Matcherino and add 50 cents more to that pot. I think it takes a while before it actually says like codes have ran out. I'm not sure what the limit is, but I can move down.
I think the limit is $25.
$25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 50 codes. It's funny, right? Yeah. I know there are some people that join the tournament and don't put in the code because like there's been tournaments where it's like,
what are you doing?
70 people join a tournament or like 100 people join a tournament, and like the pot, like the codes aren't used out. I'm like, come on, man, you're in top 8. You're in top 8. I'm even good to that sometimes.
Yeah, it's just a thing, right? You're playing, you're entering the tournament. You literally have nothing to lose by using the code except give more money to yourself if you're able to win, right? So
unless you want to be extra bitter, and you're like, no, this guy beat me. I'm not putting money into the pot.
I'm not like that. Salt.
Just being extra salty. I don't want to give you free money. Oh, Okay, for
Yeah.
a second, I thought it was a Koha. Never mind. Dang it.
No, no,
It's
no,
just
no.
Samurai.
It is Samurai. He is going to bring out his Ryu this time. But, you know, we've seen it a couple of times now, Samurai versus Nephew in, you know, final situations. In this case, winners finals, which is 3 out of 5, where, you know, the Akuma, you know, gets hit 3 times by Colleen and is going to die. I think the Ryu gives him that extra hit, and you're still able to do that big damage and annoy, you know, Colleen with this fireball game. But Nephew is no slouch again in these matchups either way. And we saw another back throw in the DP. I mean, Samurai still looking on point.
Oh man, so much block, so much gray life in this game from normal attacks. Now, I think this was the first game I played where normal attacks gave gray life. Most of the time, at least I'm used to, special attacks give you gray life, and it leads to chip death. But this is one of the first games where like normal attacks give gray life. I'm like, oh man, so like characters like Bison, or they just hit like Fierce Punch all day and Medium Punch and like Roundhouse and all that stuff.
Roundhouse,
You just
yeah.
you just slowly get melted.
Yeah, I think the gray life is a really interesting mechanic in this game because you have people that can, you know, use it to their advantage with, you know, Zangief or Abigail or Birdie, right, to use that armor to absorb some hits and build that gray life, and that's the risk reward. It introduces that dynamic. Or, you know, you're sitting and blocking and your opponent gets scared and they finally push a button or eat a walk up throw. But Nephew right here getting the walk up just needs one more touch and he finds it. I'm not sure what Samurai was pressing on Wake up there. Maybe thought Nephew would start trying to run away.
So what I do like, right, in some of these decisions, right, is like they will wake up with a button because they don't believe. Sometimes I don't believe because if you have a 3-frame, you might as well wake up with a button, right? Because like that window to mess up is kind of not. It's not too big. But when you have a 3-frame, oh, this is a punish. Oh yeah, like there are many times, right, where it comes down to the wire. All right, and there's not a lot of time left in the tournament, like 5 seconds on the timer, and you have to make a decision. And then, you know, sometimes you might panic, sometimes your meaty might not be timed correctly, and they wake up with a 3-frame, and you lose. So I think that might have been one of those situations.
Yeah, especially if Samurai was expecting Nephew to be afraid of a wake up EXP or something like that, but Nephew not showing any of that fear here, getting the confirm, getting the kill, taking game number 1 here. Looking super solid towards the end of that second round, just really caging Samurai in that corner. Something that I feel Nephew does super well, right? Like he'll do his block tree and then sit and wait under that clock, right? Wait at that perfect spacing. Then you don't do anything. It's like a slight step forward into like another Fierce or maybe the back roundhouse to cover that distance as well.
I would say the majority of the first 2 games and maybe even this round, I would say Nephew has kind of put Samurai into his corner again.
Not even able to keep away from it for long, right? Another back throw coming through, another forward throw coming through. Nephew just trying to rack up some gray life and then getting these throws, right? Where Samurai is totally willing to block in these situations. Nephew knows it and is actually abusing it, but here we go. We got a whiff punish. That means, you know, Samurai's still paying attention. He's still spacing himself really well here.
Wow, look at this footsies. This footsie is like half screen footsies here. I don't want to press a button even when we're that far.
Yeah, my favorite part is just the quiet tension, but nothing's quiet about that. Got the roundhouse into the super. It's just enough to kill. You got to remember there's that little extra little bit of damage that you get when you're Colleen. When the ice melts and then they die, it's the worst. Because you're watching, you're like, oh, I'll live this, and then you watch a little bit more, and you're like, oh, I'm not living this.
The ultimate question is, will it kill? And usually it's yes. And then after it kills them, you're like, oh my god, that's so much damage.
That's a classic James shit. Look at this, how slow.
Oh my god.
How methodical these like punches are, right? You're blocking the 5th stand Fierce, and you're like, there's no way he'll walk forward the same exact distance and do it again, and then you get hit by it.
Look how hard Samurai has to work. All these little fireball damages. And all Colleen has to do is just punch you with a Fierce.
Yeah, and it really comes down to how Nephew is facing themselves against these fireballs, right? Making it so scary for Samurai to kind of throw it out against the Fierces. Here we go. Activation for Nephew, getting the big damage going. Got the corner confirmed. Now is just keeping this pressure going. Samurai trying to back him up with these fireballs.
Oh, the whip punish after the stare. That was sick. That was. They just sat there. They stared at each other for like at least a second and a half, and then they didn't do anything. And Nephew was like, you know, I'm gonna step back slightly. And Samurai was like, no, low medium kick, whiff punish. Oh man, I'm sorry, man. Sorry. That was sick. I would have cracked out like 0.3 seconds. I would have pressed jab or something.
Jab, jab, jab.
Jab, jab, jab. And I get crushed.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's been the name of this game, that quiet tension of, you know, who's gonna take the risk to push their button first. And as a lot of the times it's Nephew that's walking around first, it's Nephew that's able to find his hits first versus Samurai, who's feels like he's always on the back foot here against Nephew in these games. Right.
Oof. That low medium kick is so good. But these fireballs are so good too. Ryu actually has really good fireballs.
He does. In this game, it can be a little bit difficult to showcase them, but especially against somebody like Colleen that's going to have, you know, that larger difficulty. But man, the counter fireball with the EX giving Nephew such a good situation there as well. Look at this, just pressuring the corner. Got the low forward into V-trigger confirmation. It's going to be enough to stun. No, just one more touch. It's even better.
Oh my.
Bruh. I'm surprised that didn't stun, but yo, that was crazy.
So let's look at these two characters here, right? Colleen has like a lot of ways to confirm and convert into something, and Ryu, he has low medium kick.
Yes.
Like that's it, really, right? That's it. Maybe low medium punch. There we go. Confirm that. Yeah, that's how you win.
You can fish for a crush now with, you know, staying fierce and get a little bit if you're Ryu, but now this has just been Samurai. Like, he's been so much more aggressive this round, right? Pushing more buttons, dashing in and out a little bit more, and you can see the effect that it's having on Nephew, right? Caught him off guard with just the momentum switch, but Nephew not staying on the back foot for long, right? That V-trigger activation giving him the corner.
Oh man, it was happening. It's still happening.
The tension on these stare downs is ridiculous, because you can see, right, if you're gonna mindlessly low forward fireball, Nephew will step dash out, right? Use the EX to get out.
They're not even pushing fierces anymore.
Yeah, and
there's your fierce.
Yeah, you can actually see in a lot of situations how Samurai is canceling the fireball now is off of low medium punch, and that's because it's a true string versus the low forward.
So right now, Nephew is in the touch of death range, right? If he can convert anything in a super, he'll win. And Samurai, all he has to do is just like kind of nick him. Just nick him. Just be like, oh no, he's getting thrown. Not like this.
You know, you got to be careful. 5 seconds left on the clock. The EX fireball.
Plasma in your face.
I feel like he just felt Nephew was going to try to dash throw against it. He was like, I'll just throw it out. I'm plus. The only thing that's going to beat it here if you like hard read and step dash back or super. So
what I like doing, right, is when it hits red, the timer hits red, I jump around like the 3-second mark, because I know they're looking at the clock and they're not looking at my feet. And they're probably like scared, like, oh my god, is he gonna walk up and SPD me? And then I just jump at them. And if they DP me, all right, man, all right, let's say you got your wits. But like if they don't DP me, I'm pretty sure they don't feel good.
Yeah, never. All right, Samurai spinning the bar here to get out of the corner, getting some pressure as well. Look at this. Try to walk up and get another throw, but Nephew checked him that time. Then back to the corner, right? All it takes. You're in mid-screen, one combo.
Oh, it's whatever happens is gonna be a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, Samurai was sitting close to the super. Spend another bar of it, but Nephew getting the big hit. No,
so much
just
damage.
enough. 1, 2, 3.
So I was talking to some people, right, and asked them, what do you think is the best fierce in the game? The best fierce in the game. You know, like Abigail fierce, there's Yuri and handshake, and we know the handshake's pretty good, right?
Handshake's pretty good.
And then in the end, I was like, I think the best fierce in the game is Colleen with V-trigger active. I think.
Oh, without a doubt.
I was like,
It goes so far.
So far, it converts, it can crush. It's so obnoxious when all she does is press that button all day.
Yeah, it's very annoying. It's hard to also like outspace her because Colleen's walk speed is also super good, right? So you try to walk back and they just Terminator walk at you back, and I'm like, please, I want away.
And so yeah, go on.
Yeah, but you can never get away from this match arena. Make sure that you guys are using the promo code WNF2021_24SFV to add that 50 cents to the prize pool. Hit up any of those sponsor quests on the side as well. We want to make sure we're using all of those codes up. We want to make sure that we're using those sponsor quests, getting as much money as we can in the hands of these players for just the wonderful performance that we're seeing out of them.
Let's do this.
Yes. And you guys, please try to topple me in the leaderboard right now, because am I still third? Hold on, let me check.
I'm
I'll
pretty
be judging
sure
all of you that don't put in at least the donation code.
I think I'm still winning. Code, $2.
Oh no! Atoa beat me.
Now Matoha, no stew.
He commented, he says, no stew in the comment. Wow. Wow.
Yep. You're gonna let him one up you like that?
I mean, he's playing right now, so I can't say no.
Yeah, we're going in here. Oh, it's weird to see Soccer not get a punish on a dash punch, right? I feel like that's the weirder thing, right? You see in this space dash punch. Usually, Soccer is saying like it goes far enough for the punish to always happen.
And it's so far. Her leg kick is so far. It converts into DP. Nice conversion and counter hit. Ooh, I like how Matoa is doing the fake stuff. I like that.
Yeah, but now the activation, the big plus frames here. Matoa just scared to push the button in these situations, getting clipped a couple of times on these throws.
Oh no, not these throws. These throws are the worst. Because her throws are kind of like almost Rio, but not Rio. But if you press a button, you get crushed and you die.
Yeah, and that's what makes them scary is, just based on how your opponent is switching up their offensive approach. So you want to tech in situations, but you also don't want to tech a lot. You're like, please. You just hope that they mess up and misspace their button so you can get out and not have to think about how much damage you'll eat.
I like these buttons. I like these buttons that Matoa's pressing. But any button that converts into a super could be bad news.
Yeah, I mean, stand light kicks and like literally anything from Chris is going to be super scary, but the dash up low short is going to do it there from Matoa, just clipping the toes a little bit.
Round 2.
I like this neutral game that Matoa's playing. I need to study this. I need to study so I can do this whenever I fight Chris.
Yeah, there was definitely a very good point where Matoa slowed down the match and was just like, okay, if you're in my range, I'll push, low medium kick. If you're not, I ain't pushing anything. No cross up means he doesn't get a punish. No
cross up, yes. But he saw the EX Tatsu activation coming that time, but he couldn't punish because Balrog has no cross up.
Yeah, but he's got an instant overhead.
Not instant, is it?
Listen,
a fuzzy overhead.
It is a fuzzy, you're right.
Pretty instant to me.
I get hit by it, it's pretty instant.
Oh man, so Toa takes the first game, and that wasn't like a dominating round. It was a very, very neutral heavy round, right? Lots of back and forth.
Yeah, very slow paced, methodical. Like, okay, I'm just going to walk and take you to a corner, and then you saw Chris got out of one corner and Matoa took him to the other one.
Like, I feel like people have this expectation that Balrog wins when he just mauls you with either like a V-trigger comeback, or he just gets 2 lucky combos. But like this, that back throw again.
So far, dude. I'm telling you. You gotta start using and abusing that one.
Oh.
No, Chris tried to use and abuse it instead. The big neutral jump coming out for Matoa, taking another round here.
I like how Matoa, he switched up his shimmy tactics. The first time I saw him he did a shimmy into crouch fierce. This time, he just did neutral jump, roundhouse in your face. And I do like the fact that some characters can do that, right? Like some characters, they're able to neutral jump in your face and able to take advantage of like the really quick heavy that they can land with. Like I think Nakali can do that, Vega can do that, Balrog can do that. I'm not sure how many other characters can do that.
Ken and Nakali both have like the deep jump fierces, right?
Oh yes, Ken, you're right.
I hate Ken so much. You try to walk into that. Anyway,
do you really hate Ken?
Yes.
I feel like Ken's been having some rough times in this game in the past couple years.
I don't know. He can DP through my fireball from like.
Oh, you're right. He gave him that buff where his fireball can reach like half the screen.
His DP goes so far, but right now, you know, neither Ken is on the screen. We got another activation point trying to come out for Chris ECH, but Matoha reversing early. Trying to avoid some of the pressure. Oof. Oof. You're so concerned by blocking like low forward fireball 4 times in a row that you get clipped by an overhead.
The funny thing is these overheads are like reactable, and like what I do like about this game is that even though it's reactable, if you're not looking for it, you're gonna get hit by it. And that's the funny part.
You're thinking about so many other things. You're like, okay, are they gonna walk forward and try to throw me? Are they gonna try to walk back and shimmy me? Are they just gonna push their buttons again? And then you just get overhead. Cool. That whip punish. Yo, that was sick. Here we go, another activation. We saw that this was kind of the breaking point for Matoha. This time, the immediate V reversal doesn't want to deal with it again. But this time, the blocks from Chris ECH. Oof. Gotta be careful.
Oh, and he LM meter too, so you could have supered it regardless. Oh. All right, score is 1-1. You like it. It's not a complete wash. Gotta see a little back and forth. I would like to see this adaptation. Let's go, Matoha. He's the one that said no stew and got into the leaderboards for Maturino.
Round 1.
You gotta root for Matoha, right? I feel like he's almost like your body double, right? He has long hair, plays boxer.
Whoa, that was punching so far.
I'll try to keep that corner spacing tight, but just misspaced the fierce, and that's giving Matoha this opportunity to bust out a little bit, get this damage and life lead all tied up here.
I do like how Matoha is checking Chris after being thrown. For me, right, usually Sakura walks over me after I get thrown into her, because like she throws me and then she walks up, she throws me and then she walks up and she throws me. I'm like, oh my god, where am I supposed to push the button? I push the button, I get crushed and I die. I'm like, oh thanks. So either Chris has a really good read on me, or Matoha just doesn't care.
Yo, Matoha will absolutely, if he smells something fishy is going on, it's that light medium heavy target combo, right? Waking up with 3-frame light kick, or pushing that 3-frame light kick to catch you out of a dash, or like your button that's like you just delayed it, and he's just so good at that and calling that out that it can be super difficult to continue pressuring in certain situations.
I do like Matoha's use of meter here though. He usually ends somehow. He uses dash punch somehow. It always converts into like from a low medium punch or like a jab or something. But I do like the fact that he's. In fact, I think. Oh my god! Look at that! Look at that!
No. Oh no, this is gonna be real bad real quick. But here we get the activation, trying to slow the roll a little bit. I like that. Throw the V reversal. Doesn't matter that he spins it again. Just you got the hard read one time. That's all that matters. Dude, no. Dude, I saw the whiff punish on the second activation that Sakura can do, that little like fake fireball that's in front of her. And then the EX rush punch hit. I'm like, oh no, this could be the end.
Yeah. And then you get thrown, and after you get thrown, EX dash punch again. No one ever sees that. Either you throw them or you get thrown. Right after either or, dash punch will come at you no matter what. Always be prepared for the dash punch. Good job, Matoha.
That EX dash punch comes out so fast and travels such a good distance. It's really like, you know, there's a couple of moves like that, right? EX chariot tackle. What else really does that?
EX chariot tackle, EX dash punch. Laura's elbow, not really. That's a short distance.
It's not really a safe. I guess EX headbutt goes that far, but it's like hyper unsafe. Oh, maybe it's just those two.
Are those only two? Like, maybe
there's probably
Alex
another
Chop,
one.
maybe.
EX, well, yeah, I think non-EX chops are safe.
Birdie's charge is kind of slow, but they usually do that like just no matter how far they are.
So that's fair. Yeah, there's a couple of things like that bust through. Even if you properly space it, I mean, Kami EX Spiral Arrow will absolutely be safe or plus on block at certain ranges. It can definitely be super terrifying at max ranges to challenge.
Yeah, now I'm curious. Like, anytime you have a move that you can just like EX in their face, and that converts into V trigger, you kind of just do it. There's no reason not to do it. Because like Barg is mostly plus if you hook after that, which they always do almost, or overhead. Urine used to be plus on block, he's EX, but you just do it right into V trigger and you still be plus. Which you think about it, it's almost not fair. It's almost not fair if you think about it. Sakura, she just does her Tatsu into V trigger.
That's Tatsu into V trigger. That's been like a new thing. Yeah.
Oh, look at the Metrino, guys. We're up to 3790, guys. I think it's all due to Matoha for showing me up. What's up? Because it used to be 3590. Now it's 3790. Yeah,
I mean that's the money, right? It's coming through little by little, trickle in economics.
I only got 27 cents left in my balance, so I'm gonna donate the rest of my 27 cents left for my balance. And this balance came from like previous winnings, so like it's all going back to these winnings. Hold on, now I have $0 in my Metrino. Look at that, it moved up to 38.17.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely make sure that you're still hitting up that sponsor code, right? So WNF2021 _24 SFV to add that 50 cents to the pot for free, as we're trying to, get Matoha back in the lobby. There he is. So now we're going to be heading into losers finals. It's going to be Samurai. It's going to be Matoha. We saw, Matoha beat out Rakoha, right, in the Ryu Boxer matchup. So I wonder what Samurai is actually going to go with here, knowing, maybe studying how Matoha approached, the Ryu matchup, or, even if, they've played back and forth before and like, okay, maybe the Ryu can work out. Maybe it's something where the Akuma's the better pick. There's really so much information that Samurai can have here.
If he picks Akuma, I just want to see how much damage is possible in a match of this caliber. Like,
I think Akuma can die, right? If Boxer does final tap and then the combo. I think anybody dies off a final tap.
I mean, I think Matoha's going to need all his buttons for the majority of this match. Oh, never mind. Oh, it's a Ryu. Never mind.
It is the Ryu, and they're still wearing the tracksuits. Right?
Hey, remember season 2 tap?
Oh yeah, that was the best.
Oh yeah, it's freaking best, bro. All right,
I don't want to.
Plus on block, it's amazing.
Dude, charge to level 3 plus on block.
Every 5 seconds, I just do it. I'm plus.
Sways backwards a bit to avoid buttons too. I'm glad that era is over, but nice whiff punish here from Matoha. Dude, I feel like they're just swinging right now. Like, this has been like the 3rd time Samurai's done forward mirror, and he gets the conversion this time. But Matoha just waking up and pushing as well.
Now, I think the solar plexus buff is a little underrated. No, it's not. Yeah, it's underrated. A lot of people don't realize how kind of decent it is because it sucks you in. Like, you can almost convert always if you at least punch with it. You will never get that one hit solar plexus unless like you hit somehow absurdly far. And it's only -2 on block. So like I feel like the payoff versus just blocking it is not that bad.
Yeah, I mean absolutely. You can go into he buffered it. He had the read.
Yo, the read. I think he learned that from Rakoha because that's how he ended him last time. He back threw him, and then Matoha was just like EX dash punch after every trigger die.
Oh, you're right, dude. That was a really sick buffer. And that's it. That's why I was like, man, if Samurai was paying attention, right, and he watched the set against Rakoha, you can learn a lot in how Matoha wants to approach certain situations.
Okay, so Matoha just did a shimmy, right? He just did a shimmy. We saw from the previous match, right? When the shimmy against Chris CH, when the shimmy didn't work, his next option was neutral jump roundhouse, and that's when I started talking about the who has really good neutral jump heavies. So I want to see if Matoha will do this, and I want to see if Samurai can DP this, because someone like me, I'll just take and die.
I mean, he might not even get the chance. There's the stun.
Yeah,
plenty of damage to kill. DP at the end, just enough. Gotta love that in the corner. I love that. I think EX Fireball is also like the same damage in the corner. Maybe it's a little bit less now.
EX Fireball compared to regular DP?
Yeah, in the corner, so you can EX Fireball into regular DP.
I see. Can you EX DP?
Depending on the range.
I see.
Because you can't EX DP off of the EX Tatsu because you get pushed back too far. but off of, you would have to be like point blank. You would have to do like point blank, stand like you're gonna GX Fireball it.
So how do you feel about these like nuanced combos where like it only works in these situations and like it doesn't always work unless you're this far? Or do you like that, or do you kind of like hate it?
I mean, it adds a little bit of something, right? Because there's definitely times where as a Ryu player, right, you know, you have somebody in a corner and like you just need that one extra touch to close it out. So being able to have those moments is feels super good when you're the player that has that extra combo route available to them. But when you're playing against it, it probably feels pretty bad. Yeah, just like how bad it felt to get thrown into the stun, knowing that you're gonna be dead in that next combo. No, I mean, Samurai definitely showing how to be the better Ryu here, right? All the fundamentals matter, but just that little bit extra, right? Of knowing, you know, some of the delayed medium punches that he's been doing on Mato's wake up and stuff like that. I mean, Samurai's been doing an excellent job of, you know, finding ways to mix up how he's getting the damage, but Matoa just not mixing it up at all, right? I'm just gonna push fears. That's your problem.
Oh, that parry. Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
I like the activation, using it to get out of the corner as well, right? Just jumping forward, getting the mix. Oh, dude, that like precise spacing of like, I'm just gonna like microstep forward, microstep backwards, crouch again.
Oh my.
Samurai's on something different, right?
Kidding.
Yo, the classic.
Oh my god, Samurai's here trying to prove a point.
Yo, that was so good. We've seen, listen, Matoha definitely will check dashes with that target combo. So I was surprised when he didn't, but sometimes you know you're playing against a V-Trigger 2 Ryu and you're like, it's not worth the risk.
Dash up parry? I was like, well, okay, man. I mean, if that worked, he would look like a god.
It was
In fact, he's still might do it. I think he's still gonna do it.
I mean, Matoa definitely has to give him the situation to do it again. This corner pressure can be devastating. Nice block, though. Here we go. Ooh, I wonder why there wasn't any quick rise there, but Matoa just going to find the opportunity to mash out. We're going back into the corner. You thought you got free? You thought you were away? No.
They both have super. They both have V-Trigger.
Who's going to take it? Matoa's out of his now. Samurai just needs, oddly enough,
oh my!
That tap was kind of ridiculous. I was gonna say, I mean, Samurai just needed any conversion that wasn't into like the V-Trigger follow-up. That's kind of the only unfortunate part about the V-Trigger 2 extended combo is like you don't get a super afterwards, you don't get anything else afterwards. So you either have to parry first and land that big parry, or hope that your super raw kills without needing your V-Trigger. But didn't come down to that situation at all. Matoha had the right read that he needed to go for there.
You know, that tap was really unexpected because like these past few rounds he has not tapped once, and this tap killed them. I was like, oh yeah. The one nice thing about tap, right, that deals with fireball better than V-Skill 1 is that I think it's like frame 1 invincible against projectiles, whereas V-Skill 1 they're sharp against projectiles, so you can't like immediately spin through it, but tap can, which like definitely surprised me when I found out about it, and I think it surprised Samurai right now.
Yeah, it's pretty nuanced in terms of, you know, we were talking about the nuanced things that happen in this game, but just knowing that, of like, oh, if I you know, KKB, it's gonna, you know, take an extra couple of frames for me to go through this fireball, which is extra frames for them to recover.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, I'm gonna start doing that now since I didn't know I could convert off tap when I have V-Trigger active. That's a good thing to learn. The first jump in the match.
DP'd. Instant. I mean, you have to remember, Samurai definitely is a slow and steady fundamental player. I mean, he has his points when he speeds up, don't get me wrong, but his base game plan is to be slow. To look for, you know, the low forwards, the fireballs, and the DPs, right? Having that base game plan. but no game plan apparently prepares you to deal with the overhead. So Matoha kind of gets this corner situation going for himself.
That's the second. That was the second Tatsu that was not punished, or that was not confirmed.
Final round. Fight.
Yeah, so it can definitely be a rough situation if you don't, if you're coming down and you don't come down with the button, because it can be rough sometimes if you're Ryu. You come down with a button and it hits them, but then they're out of range for all your other stuff. So you try to like land in with punish, still doesn't work out.
I do like how Matoa still went for the overhead, and he landed it finally last round. After blocking 2 of them, he landed. Oh, here's the 4th one. Look at that.
Ooh, yeah, ducked into it. You hate to see it, but here we go. I mean, the life leads are actually pretty tied up. Both players have a V triggered at the ready, but only Samurai has that super on deck. I say as he spins that bar. So it can definitely be a little bit crazy. He spent both of his V reversals as well, so not going to have the opportunity to get Matoa off you. And here's the activation. It's going to be one more touch.
Do you sense a tap? Do you smell a tap? There
Smell.
we go.
Yo, you called it absolutely. And it was something that we saw. Excuse me. Something that we saw against Nephew versus Samurai, where I think it only happened one time in that one, where Nephew did EX Vanity step backwards into the straight off of a low forward fireball on block that Samurai did. And Samurai immediately adjusted and started doing low forward, excuse me, not low forward, low strong into the fireball instead, which is a true string at all ranges. So you can definitely mix that up a little bit better, you know, if you're Samurai trying to make sure that your fireball cancels it. Do you want that extra chip damage? You're not getting punished for it.
But now that you mentioned that, I want to see what adaptation Samurai will do now. When, you know, the round's getting close, you can't really go do low mid kick fireball. You might do low mid punch fireball, but we'll see.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, those little low strongs, the you know, crouching medium punches did hella work in that round, stopping just a lot of Matoha's approaching. Goodness, just the tension of both of them walking back and forth is so scary sometimes.
Yeah,
you're like, who's gonna act first? Who's gonna be the first one to, you know, try to commit here in this neutral game? And it can be scary because Samurai will do stuff like that where he'll try to back up and you know, force you to whiff.
all these buttons they press sound so painful. Like, you know, like, if they're actually blocking all these hits, and maybe that's where all the great effects are coming from, but like I would have like bruises and like gashes on my arms if this was real life.
So you'd be after the match, you'd be sitting at home wrestling. Like, I don't know if I ever want to go out.
My shoulders, my biceps, everything hurts. Oh, the overhead. Oh, not like this.
Okay, here we go. Just one more situation, and he caught the toes. Matoha's on match point.
Like that. 3 low medium punches, all of them blocked, into a low rush.
Yeah, who would have thought? Yeah, but here we go. The match slowing down just a little bit. You know, Samurai started throwing out you more of those, you know, EX fireballs and some different timings, which, you know, can be kind of scary, right? They're a good knockdown, they're a good resource for Ryu, but if you're Samurai, you can't use those too heavily just to kind of control that neutral, right? You really do want to get that low forward and you know, crouch medium punch game going for yourself.
I really like this pacing that Matoa is taking. He's like slowly walking Samurai into the corner throughout the past 50 seconds.
Yeah, and it hasn't been a lot, right? It's just been like walking up, doing crouch medium punch, doing dash punch here or there, sometimes walking up and pushing roundhouse. Samurai has just constantly been fighting back as well, but here we go, the confirm into the activation. You're already in the corner. What's the mix? Nice tech. Now we're just sitting back.
Dang, he's heavy. He's in the face. He can't shoot a fireball. He can't shoot a fireball. That's why. Oh man.
Oh man, the big reads. It's not enough. Man, just one more touch.
The high risk move.
No, you can't. Oh, if there was a
my
parry
god, the
there
dash
instead
parry
of-
again. Oh my god.
Dude, if he had parried the V break instead of activating V trigger, that would have been so gassed. But instead, Samurai gonna go down, or excuse me, gonna go out of the tournament from being, you know, in winners finals to out before grands. It's always a tough draw, but Matoha just being that dominant force, being that extra bit of pressure. It just happens. Sometimes somebody's the better player for the day.
That was exciting. That was good, man. I think this is like all a prelude to like the regional closed final, the closed regional tournament here, the top 8. All right, now we're missing a few players from there, right? Like I think who was in there else in it? I think we have Corey, we have JB, and who was I forgot who, but either way, Metro Rio, we're now at 38-47. I can't tell what the number before was because I added that weird number and that makes it like a weird 47 cents. But
so yeah, Yonnington actually added some more money, added another 90 cents. So we're a little bit higher from where you left it.
Nice. And by the way, thank you everyone for actually donating to the Metro Rio here. I'm pretty sure we all appreciate it. I'm pretty sure Matoa appreciates it because he's in the money now. So like when you think about it, right, he donated money, but he's getting some of it back. So like that's like. Yeah, how much did he actually donate? You know, like let's say he wins first place, and I think it's split like 60% to the first place. I think, so that means $30. He'll get like 3 times 6 is 18. He got $18. He didn't donate anything, man. Those two comments didn't mean anything.
He still makes it back, right? That's always the best, right?
Yeah.
You try to be a pot monster, but instead you just win the whole pot. And you're like, oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I donate.
I give back to the people, and then you take all the money from the people. And this should be a pretty fun match, right? Boxer's not going to have, you know, that most annoying factor that, you know, Colleen players hate, right? No fireballs on this character.
Who was it that sent Matoa to losers? Let me take a look at the bracket really quick. So Matoa lost to Samurai, and that's so Matoa got his run back. Got a 3-1 run back. Man.
I think Samurai played a cool in the first set.
So tell me, that's a nice sweep. So what feels worse? To get double jeopardied in a tournament, in other words, lose twice to the same person, or to beat a person and then lose to them in losers?
Dude, that's such a rough question because both suck. It sucks on either side of it.
Yeah, but which is worse though?
Which is worse? Ooh, which one makes you saltier? Probably losing after you've already beaten somebody because you know you can beat them. But there's always a loser's bracket power up where they know what they did wrong to lose when you don't always recognize what you did right to win.
Yes.
So I feel like when you're not taking that opportunity to learn from your loss, I feel like you should be saltier at getting double jeopardy.
But what if you lost to the same person twice, but that person ended up winning the tournament? Does it make you feel less bad?
No. It still means I suck.
Okay. Let's say like I went to Evo or something, right? And let's say I ran into like Daigo or something, and he beats me in winners. And you know, Street Fighter 5 happens, and he loses somehow in pools, right, or whatever, or top 32 or whatever, right, or top 64. And then let's say he beats me and loses, right? And dang it! But people's like, it's okay, man. You lost to Daigo. You know what I mean? Because like Daigo's a god, and like you losing to him doesn't feel that bad. They say stuff like, you know what? Be glad you fought Daigo. You know what I mean? Like, dude. So
Never settle.
never settle. Okay.
Always aim for the top. Always strive to be better.
Okay. So if I lose to Takio twice ever, I'll be like, dang it!
Absolutely. Absolutely. You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta find the next step forward. Right? You can never rest too much. Like, yeah, I didn't beat Tokido, but it was close. I'm like, no, you didn't beat
He beat me
Tokido.
4 rounds straight, but it was a close 4 rounds.
Yeah, talk about close rounds. I mean, Matoha and Nephew, I'm pretty sure we're swinging back and forth the entire time. We saw Matoha get stuck in the corner a couple of times. We saw Nephew get stuck in the corner a couple of times. And yeah, I think Matoha took it 2 straight rounds and is now, on his way to making a reset happen.
I do like how Matoha, like off the bat, he's just like, I'm gonna activate this V skill and you're not gonna do anything about it.
I mean, Nephew would have to like hard read dash forward round start to stop it.
Oh man, this neutral game that Matoha's playing, I do kind of like.
Yeah, well, too bad we're not gonna get to see too much of it, right? We saw the V trigger activation, and that Nephew is just going ham, right? Checking after the EX dash punch.
Oh, what a nice punish! Oh, no conversion.
Yeah, but it does have access to that command grab now. It can be super scary if Nephew gets overly close, but when you gotta stand fierce, like, V trigger 2 Colleen, I don't feel like you ever have to be close.
Oh, this is V trigger 2. I forgot. Barrock has a command grab now.
Yeah, we haven't seen it, but
I mean, it can happen out of nowhere, right? He has a lows. He has a lows, and he has a walk up. Oh, I think he was trying to. No, he didn't.
Yeah. Didn't have meter, didn't even do heavy hands, but got the delay on the EX. My goodness, Nephew is just like finding these little situations where he's making his opponent second guess.
I like that. You see, he started this round with a dash punch, so Colleen has to now guess between walking forward to punish the V-skill activation or getting hit in the face with a dash punch.
Yeah, and that's always going to be, that's the mix, right? That's the 50-50 neutral, 50-50 on round start, right? You never want to be in those situations, but you got to make the most of it when you are, and that's exactly what Matoha was doing in these round start situations, but locked in this corner now. Getting pressured. Look at these fierces. I just feel like Matoha can't find the opening against this brick wall that is Nephew right now.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Matoha tried to get in. He tried to get in, but it didn't work. It's kind of hard to jump in on Colleen. She has so many ways of dealing with anti-airs, dealing with air attacks.
That was the entire thing, right? Nephew, Matoha tried to approach on the ground, and then it's like, okay, low medium kick and stand light kick, checking from Nephew. And then, Matoha was like, okay, if you're going to push those, I'll jump. And then, the light kick or low medium kick has enough time to recover where, Crouch Fierce comes out, clips Matoha out of the air. You're just in a really tough situation.
Nice check. Oh, all that work. All it takes is one fierce crush, and then she catches up.
Absolutely. That's the entire game. One crush and you can catch up, unless it's crush counter stand fierce from Boxer. But here we go, the sweep into activation. Big plus wins on that ice hail. Now you can see Nephew is just running this game in the corner. Tohan doesn't want to let it go on for too long.
All right, Matoha still has V trigger that he can activate. I would like to see a command grab from Balrog.
Might have to.
I tried to upper the jump, but it didn't work.
That can definitely be a rough situation. Another big crush, but didn't get confirmed. Oh, that could be a huge mistake here for Nephew. Nice tech on the follow-up throw. Now we're just sitting back. This patient tension that we've seen, whether it was Nephew versus Samurai or Samurai versus Matoha. It's that same kind of quiet tension where they both know what the other one is looking for, what the other one needs. Oh, and neither wants to give it.
Dash punch is so good. It's like a better fireball.
In some ways, definitely. But in other ways, you throw your body across the screen and you should get punished for it. Although Nephew missed his conversion. As, we're kind of swinging back and forth. And now Nephew's actually being a little bit more mobile, right? Dashing around in neutral a little bit.
Ooh. I feel like a fourth of his life.
All of this is just adding so much onto Matoha. You tried to jump?
What? It's done? Okay, that did a lot of damage. That sequence actually did a lot of damage.
I thought Matoa was going to live on the pixel off of that forward throw, but Nephew knew better than I. And ties it up around a piece here in game number 3.
And these sweet whiff punches are something else.
Yo, you got to appreciate some good sweep seats, right? Yo, and now just the match slowing down in pace, right? Matoa knows he doesn't have to overcommit on anything in neutral, so he's willing to just wait it out. Right, let Nephew be the one that overcommits in these situations.
Oh, kind of air-to-air that move, and instead got clipped.
Uh-oh. Yeah, no, bad spot to try to charge up, especially against the V-trigger dash that Nephew has in V-trigger 2. Yo, my goodness. That was a ridiculous crush. Wasn't even looking for the crush there. It was like any hit would have been buffered into that super. So
Colleen wins.
My man ate a Final Fantasy freaking materia fucking super magic, dude. You know what I'm saying? You know when you die, you know when you die when like those special animations, the big ass dragon comes out, the big ice comes out. Yeah.
Oh man, speaking of Final Fantasy, I'm really excited for the pixel remaster that they announced for 1 through 6. Now I have high hopes for that game. Hopefully it's gonna be like not like the ported version on mobile, even though it's gonna be on mobile and Switch, I think. Is it on Switch? I forgot what it was, but pretty excited for Final Fantasy.
fun fact, the only Final Fantasy I played was 15, and I played it for 30 minutes.
Oh man,
Not for me.
Oh man, missing out on such classics. People like 7. Some people like 8. People like 9. I like 6 and 4, but people right now playing online 14.
Everybody has a different favorite.
Yeah. I haven't heard people say like 15 is my favorite yet.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
When it becomes a classic, then people will say they like it.
Oh, and there's also the Final Fantasy 7 remake, which is really, really good. Which is not even complete yet. That's crazy. But either way, back to this match here. We got Matoa up 2-1. I mean, no, Nephew up 2-1. Punish that sweep. Ooh. I want to see him activate this feature. Activate this feature. Command grab her like a geef. Come on.
I don't think we've seen the command grab yet.
We have not.
That's been the sad part here.
We have not seen a single command grab yet.
Nephew finding these hits, getting this damage, but yo, he just did the low rush. Yo, got baited on the anti-air, and that's gonna be enough for the life lead.
Here it is, here it is.
Okay, you have the chance. There we go, baby.
Well, I feel like he could have stomp, activate V-trigger, stomp, command grab, but it's okay. He sent me here for the kill. It's okay.
Hey man, he did what was loaded in his brain, all right?
Which is not V-trigger, which is not command grab.
Oh, and sometimes it's worse to try to like force that situation of like, oh, let me end with command grab, do this special thing when it's do or die and you're like getting pushed to the limit. Just do what's in your brain.
It might not come out, or you're in some unfamiliar scenario and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta do what's in your hands, right? You gotta trust that your body knows what it's doing here. But Nephew is in complete trust of his mind and his body just working perfectly together. Look at this damage that they're racking up in perfect. The one hit before the stun, and you're gonna find it. No.
No.
Where is that? Nothing. Not even a dash punch or a command grab. You're gonna leave us hanging. Well, when's the overhead coming? When's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Oh, dash punch.
Yo, and now he's out. Thankfully, didn't die to that little icicle. Yeah. Oh, but just that sand light kick clipping at the EX dash straight. That's going to put Nephew on tournament point here.
Oof. Oh, that obnoxious little low kick.
Every time, right? Reminds me of like Urian season 2 or season 1, crouch medium kick. Like plus, you push it a lot. So it's so frustrating to deal against. And then you walk forward a little bit, try to push your own button, and crush counter happens. Look at this, a whiff on it. Oh, Nephew was feeling it here. He does not want this to go any longer. He had plans. He's trying to end this now.
No punish.
Oh yeah, missed there. But we got the V-trigger activation, and now it's Matoha's chance. He can give us the command grab after all this time.
After all this time. No!
Oh, the anti-air.
Not a single command grab. Well, congratulations, nephew, for winning online episode 24 of Wednesday Night Fights.
Yeah, big shoutouts. Didn't lose a set. Won it
Did
all
not
the
lose a
way in
single
winners.
set. Did lose a couple games, but you know what? In the end, it doesn't matter when you win the tournament. So,
Amen. It's what it's all about, winning the tournament. So, really good stuff from nephew. He'll take home some of that prize pool, right? Just under $40. You still have some time to put some money in the pot. You can add that promo code WNF2021_24 SFV. Add that 50 cents to the pot. Hit up any of those Match Arena sponsor quests on the side as well. Add that money in. But again, super great tournament tonight. An awesome top 8. We had some horrific killers, and nephew handled all of them handedly, right? He took out Matoha, he took out Samurai, he took out, why am I forgetting the other person that was on winner's side?
he took out
Chris CCH.
nephew.
Yeah, Chris CCH, yeah.
Samurai and Matoha,
everybody.
yeah.
He ran
That
through
is
all of the killers.
so freaking wild, dude. I think that's like demon after demon after demon. I don't think anybody has beaten those guys consecutively in one tournament. I mean, you could probably beat one, maybe two, but 3? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Mataoha fucking kicked ass tonight, dude. And then, I mean, obviously, nephew was the ultimate gatekeeper. It's like, yeah, 4 times. Nice try, bro.
Absolutely. It was such a wonderful performance. Super strong, right? 3-0ing Samurai, 3-1ing Matoha, right? Really dominant performances in those situations.
Yeah, but in this top 8, we saw no Geef. I think it means something. I think Geef needs to get buffed. I will never put that down. And don't say I'm downplaying Geef, because there's nothing left to downplay, honestly.
Well, there really isn't. I can't even say any bad things. Zangief he's really down there now, regardless of what Japan says. But we got some Guilty Gear Strive coming up next. I've been Nogarimi. You can find me at my Twitter handle here. It's spelled wrong here, but it's NOGARREMI.
Oh, my bad.
2 R's, 1 M.
Okay,
I just noticed, to be honest. I didn't even pay attention.
Oh, this is 2 M's. Okay, it's 2 R's.
2 R's, 1 M. There you go.
There it is. My apologies.
Yeah, no worries. It happens all the time. But my co-commentator tonight, who is the other way from me, where can people find you?
People can find me on Twitter at Happy Stupendous, and you can also find me on Twitch at Stupendous.
Absolutely. So have a great rest of your night, guys. Stay tuned because Guilty Gear Strive's coming up. Top 8 for that. And see ya.